This is my gold Santa and you better be nice to him. So where does Father Christmas come from? Well, he hasn't always been red. He hasn't always given children Christmas presents. He's kind of evolved over the years and merged from a few different characters from a few different countries. In England, he kind of starts out as this sort of folk personification of Christmas itself. He's kind of first mentioned in a Christmas carol called Sir Christmas. It dates from the late 15th, early 16th centuries. And one of the quotes from the carol is, "Who is there that singeth so?" And the response is, "I am here, Sir Christmas." But he's not mentioned of having old man features, no beard, no kind of any sort of talk about his clothes. That comes a little bit later in 1610 in a play by Ben Jonson called Christmas. There's a character in the play called Old Christmas, and he's sort of this old guy, and one of his lines is, "I'm as good a Protestant in any in my parish." And this is quite an important sort of political statement because in the 1600s, the Puritans were basically persecuting Christmas. They thought it was too Catholic, and in 1647, there was this ban on Christmas. And Father Christmas was used as sort of royalist propaganda, where he's kind of seen as this figure of the good old days and sort of good old Christmas, which people were sort of missing out on during this period. Another character in the story is St. Nicholas. So he's the patron saint of children, and in Austria, Germany, Switzerland, all these sort of alpine countries, St. Nicholas basically visits children at night on the 5th of December, the night of the 5th of December, and children leave their shoes out and he gives gifts. He's sometimes actually dressed in red in some depictions of him. And there's his sort of character that goes around with him, the Krampus, this sort of demonic figure to punish naughty children. And then the Dutch kind of take this into their character Sinterklaas, which is kind of similar. And Sinterklaas at some point is taken over to America, and Santa Claus is a character that comes from that. And over time, this character, as we know it, Father Christmas, Santa Claus, kind of merges into one. In terms of his red dress, it is a myth that Coca-Cola invented that. It definitely wasn't Coca-Cola. There's sort of depictions through the 1800s where various people draw him and he kind of develops into this character with red. And there are poems that sort of give him his sleigh and his reindeer. And the whole character kind of evolves over centuries from Father Christmas, the literal personification of Christmas, to the Father Christmas of today, the Santa Claus, whatever you want to call him. He's a very different character, and it's fascinating to see how he's developed over the years.